Day 5 Bible Challenge. Today I read Proverbs 14 through 16. Proverbs 14:27. The fear of the Lord is a fountain of life, to depart from the snares of death. Chapter 14 is basically like a manual on how to live honestly and how to not entertain foolishness or foolish people because they are a waste of your time. Proverbs 14:7. Go from the presence of a foolish man when thou perceivest not in him the lips of wisdom. Proverbs 14:12. There is a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. Sometimes the things that we do in life, they seem harmless. Like some things kind of like weed. Yeah. Those things and, smoking weed and illegal drugs of any kind. Or, alcoholism, things of that nature. They seem harmless, but at the end, it slowly turns your heart away from God. And it can lead you on the path of hell. And you don't want that for your life. In this chapter, Solomon also talks about seeds that we sow into the ground and basically how we do reap those seeds that we sow. For example, Proverbs 14:14. The backslider in heart shall be filled with his own ways, and a good man shall be satisfied from himself. And let me just read this from the Message Bible. And if you're not familiar with the Message Bible, it's just another Bible that I have found that studying in this Bible, it helps me a lot. It's a lot. This Bible seems like it's more of for teenagers that want to get a clear understanding of the Bible. So let me just read this. Thus a mean person gets paid back in meanness, and a gracious person in grace. Proverbs 14:26. In the fear of the Lord is strong confidence, and his children shall have a place of refuge. Proverbs 14:34. Righteousness exalteth a nation, but sin is a reproach to any people. So basically, chapter 14, that's a good chapter to read. When I was telling you about how Solomon, he basically talks about the seeds that we sow and how we reap the harvest of those seeds. It's good to read that chapter and to know exactly what I'm talking about in it because it is a good chapter to know. So Proverbs 15. Proverbs 15:1. A soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. And that's basically kind of self-explanatory. It's for every effect there is a cause. So if your mother tells you, well, go clean up the dishes, and you huffing and puffing, I don't feel like doing that, or whatever, that angers her, and she releases her wrath on you. I know this because I was a teenager, and yes, I have done that. So it's just basically learn how to say yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. It makes your life so much easier, even if you don't agree with it. So Proverbs 15:3. The eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. He sees everything that we do. He sees every emotion. He sees everything that we say. He sees every action and reaction that we make. So just be aware that he does see that. And it makes you a better person in life to know that if I steal, oh no, God's watching me. I shouldn't do that. So Proverbs 15:9. The way of the wicked is an abomination to the Lord, but he loveth him that followeth after righteousness. Proverbs 15:29. The Lord is far from the wicked, but he heareth the prayers of the righteous. How can you fellowship with God when you don't have a relationship with him? That's like me walking by the next person that walked by me. I say, oh, you're my best friend. Oh my goodness, we're going to do everything together. I love you so much. That's kind of weird. So if you don't have a relationship with him, how can you fellowship with him? Now, don't get me wrong. God does what he does when he wants to do it, how he wants to do it. But at the same time, it's better to have a relationship with him. Proverbs 15:20. A wise son maketh a glad father, but a foolish man despiseth his mother. And let me go back and read that in the Message Bible for a couple of people. Intelligent children make their parents proud. Lazy students embarrass their parents. Now, I know school just started today, and a lot of kids that's going back to school, they didn't do so good last year, and I'm talking about conduct-wise. Try better this year. Try to first of all, take God with you when you go into these schools, because it is so much happening. Parents, pray over your children every morning. But for the children, don't embarrass your mother. Don't be lazy. Do your work. Pay attention in class. Don't let peer pressure get the best of you. Just pay attention to what you are supposed to be learning so you can graduate and move on with the next milestone in your life. Let's go to Proverbs 16. Proverbs 16:3. Commit thy works unto the Lord, and thy thoughts shall be established. Proverbs 16:4. The Lord hath made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. So we're wondering why it's so much happening, it's so much going on in the world today. And, God has his own plans for these people, even for the end of the days. He has his own plan. So what we have to do is we have to just trust God and follow him, live for him, and these things will all pass away at the end anyway. So when you live for God, you take your eye off of all of this unnecessary stuff that's going on. Proverbs 16:7. When a man's ways please the Lord, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him. So when you're focused on God and focused on God only, your enemies, they basically can't help to have peace with you, because they're slowly but surely, and it's clear to them, they're recognizing that you're not in the foolish place that they're in. So they don't even bring that foolishness to you. I can attest to that, even with things that have happened in my past. Once I get focused on God, once I make my life geared towards pleasing God, everybody else, everything else, it doesn't even matter to me. Proverbs 16:17. The highway of the upright is to depart from evil. He that keepeth his ways preserveth his soul. Proverbs 16:20. He that handleth a matter wisely shall find good, and whoso trusteth in the Lord, happy is he. Take your life serious, and take your life serious, and things really do work out when you trust in the Lord. That's basically what that scripture was talking about. Proverbs 16:33. The lot is cast into the lap, but the whole disposing thereof is of the Lord. Meaning, you have your plans in life, and you have your plans to do well in life. However, at the end, God has the final say so. And that's what I got out of chapters 14 through 16. And I still do encourage everyone to take the Bible challenge. It has blessed me tremendously, even just these past 5 days that I've been reading it. So join in with me. All right. You guys have a blessed night.